Welcome back to Grammar Grade 7. This is Unit 4, Lesson 27, and it's the very last lesson of our unit on pronouns. Today we meet the interrogative pronouns, the special little words that start a question. There are only 5 of them, and once you know what each one asks about, you'll use them with confidence. We'll also untangle 2 pairs that trip people up, who versus whom, and whose versus whose. Let's get started. Let's begin with a simple idea. An interrogative pronoun is a pronoun that introduces a question. Look at this one. Who wrote this note? That word who kicks off the question, and it stands in for the answer we don't know yet, the person who actually wrote it. So an interrogative pronoun does 2 things at once. It launches a question, and it holds the place of a missing answer. Here are all 5 interrogative pronouns in one place, 5 little words that begin a question. First, who, which asks about a person doing something. Then whom, which also asks about a person but one receiving the action. Next comes which asks about a thing chosen from a set. Then what, which asks about a thing more openly. And finally, whose, which asks about possession, about who owns something. 5 words, and each one points to a person, a thing, or ownership. Let's take the easy 3 first. Which, what, and whose. Which and what both ask about things. Which bus goes downtown? The word which asks you to pick from a known group of choices. What made that sound? The word what asks about a thing too, but with no set list to choose from. It's wide open. And whose? Whose bike is parked here? Whose is special because it asks who owns something. So which and what point to things, and whose points to possession. Now the tricky pair, who versus whom. Start with who. Use who when the pronoun is the subject of the sentence, the one doing the action. Who painted the mural? Here, who is the doer? Who did the painting? And here's a quick test. Try answering with he, she, or they. She painted it. Since the answer is she, the word you want is who. So when the answer would be he, she, or they, reach for who. Now whom. Use whom when the pronoun is the object, the one receiving the action, or the word right after a preposition. Whom did you call? You aren't asking who did something, you're asking about the person on the receiving end. Test it. I called him. Since the answer is him, the word you want is whom. Whom also shows up right after a preposition. To whom did you speak? And here's your shortcut. If the answer would be him, her, or them, reach for whom. Here's the one trick that settles who versus whom every time. Answer the question in your head, then look at the pronoun you just used. If you answered with he, she, or they, the question needs who. If you answered with him, her, or them, the question needs whom. There's even a memory hook. Him ends in the letter M, and so does whom. The M words travel together. When him fits the answer, whom fits the question. One last warning, and it trips up a lot of writers. Don't confuse whose with whose. Whose, spelled W-H-O-S-E, shows possession. It means belonging to whom. Whose backpack is this? You're asking who owns the backpack. But whose, spelled W-H-O''S, is simply a contraction for who is. Who's ready for lunch? That's really asking who is ready. So if you mean possession, use whose. If you mean who is, use whose. Let's boil it all down. First, ask what the question is about. A person calls for who or whom, while a thing calls for which or what. Second, between who and whom, remember that who is the subject and whom is the object. Third, use the answer test. If him fits, use whom. If he fits, use who. And never mix up whose with whose. Ready to practice a few together? Time to practice. In this first set, decide whether each question needs who or whom. Answer the question in your head and use the he-him test. If you'd answer with he, she, or they, pick who. If you'd answer with him, her, or them, pick whom. Pause the video and choose before I reveal the answer. Blank borrowed my calculator? The pronoun here is the one doing the borrowing, so it's the subject. Test it. He borrowed it. Since the answer is he, we use the subject form. So the answer is who. To blank should I address the letter? Notice the little word to sitting right in front of the blank. That's a preposition, and a preposition always takes an object. Test it. Address it to him. Since the answer is him, we use the object form. So the answer is whom. Blank is knocking at the door. The pronoun here is the one doing the knocking, so it's the subject. Answer it. He is knocking. Since the answer is he, the word we want is who, so the answer is who. In this second set, we'll mix in the other question words. Read each sentence and pick the interrogative pronoun that fits its job. Pause and choose before I answer. Blank coat is hanging by the door. Ask yourself, are we talking about who owns the coat, or are we saying who is? This one points to the owner of the coat, which is possession. That calls for whose, spelled W-H-O-S-E. So the answer is whose. Blank of these three trails is the shortest. We're choosing from a set, 3 specific trails, and a trail is a thing, not a person. Picking one thing from a known group is exactly the job of which. So the answer is which. Blank ready to present first? Try expanding it. Who is ready to present first? Since it means who is, we need the contraction, whose, spelled W-H-O''S. So the answer is whose. Let's gather up what we learned. The interrogative pronouns are who, whom, which, what, and whose, and their job is to introduce a question. Who and whom ask about people. Who is the subject, the doer, and whom is the object, the receiver. Which and what ask about things, and whose asks about possession. When you're stuck between who and whom, use the answer test. If him fits, use whom, and if he fits, use who. And keep whose, which shows possession, separate from whose, which just means who is. That wraps up our whole unit on pronouns. Wonderful work getting all the way through it, and I'll see you in the next lesson.